Hello and welcome to another episode of Law Firm Marketing Mastery. I think this is episode number 56 or 57. I'm your host, Christopher Small, and today we're going to talk about a topic I hope all of you have to deal with, haters. Here we go. All right, before I get to the topic of haters, let's just check in on life. It's a great day here in Seattle. It's sunny. The forecast is about 80 degrees today, which is fairly atypical for early May. And I'm super excited. I was going to try to get out to the golf course today, hit the links, but I don't know if that's going to happen because I'm here talking to you guys, getting work done, which is probably what you guys are doing too. I got a big event on the horizon 2 weeks from today. We'll be having my second baby. We have a name picked out. It's a boy, but I'm not going to tell you yet. I'll reveal that in a couple weeks. You're just going to have to hold your horses. On a law firm note, a lot going on, a lot of good stuff going on. We had a great April. We made just over $40,000 in April, which is good. It's a little, I think, under what our projections are for our quarterly goals, for our second quarter goal. But it is what it is. And we're trying to push forward and get going. The personal injury side of our practice is really starting to take off. I think we signed up 4 or 5 new clients in April, which is a trend upward, a trend that we like. And as you all, well, you may not know, but in personal injury practice, those cases typically don't pay off, for 6 to 9 months, sometimes even 12 months, depending on how serious the case is and how much litigation actually has to take place. So the work that we're doing now is going to pay off later, and I'm really, really excited about that. Let's see. The other thing that's going on from a law firm marketing perspective with my firm is I got a really big meeting next week that I'm super, super excited to have. It's with a buddy of mine who is actually a mortgage broker. And I was talking to him a couple weeks ago, and he has this system for doing sales calls, where you're talking to a referral source kind of one-on-one. And he has this whole script set out that is a game changer. I was at a happy hour with him a couple weeks ago, and he rolled me through the whole thing, and it blew my mind. So I immediately was like, hey, you got to teach me this. When can we sit down and get it done? So next week, I was able to get on his calendar. We got 2 hours blocked off. We're going to go through the thing. We're going to practice. I'm going to try to record a couple of my practice sessions and put them up on here so you can hear how it goes too. And I'm really, really excited about that. Another thing that's going on is I'm trying to clean up the big mess that I've made of all my websites. As you know, I'm big on the internet, and my tendency is to kind of fly around from project to project. But I've decided in the last month that I'm going to settle down, and I'm going to figure everything out. I'm going to get everything laid out exactly the way that I want, and so that way there's less, less messing around and more getting down to business. I want to have more time to do things like this, right? To talk to you. I want to have more time to talk to my potential clients. I want to have more time to talk to my referral sources. I want to have more time to create great new content instead of cleaning stuff out and worrying about the functionality of my websites, where all the links are pointing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm working on cleaning that up. I think I'm going to hopefully try to I think I'm going to get my virtual assistant on it to kind of help me out with some of that stuff too. And yeah, that's a big project for me for this quarter. Basically, I want to have everything cleaned up. I want to have everything clean. I want to have everything ready to rock and roll. We're also taking firm pictures pretty soon, which I'm excited about. You want to have good picture on your website. You want to have a team picture. You want to have those kinds of things that you can use for your Twitter feed and for Facebook and everything else. So we're doing that in the next couple of weeks. Super fired up about that. Still building out the office, delivering some new office furniture today. So there's a lot going on, and it's a great time. We're having a good time here at the firm, and we're helping a lot of people, and that's what it's all about, right? Okay, so enough about me and enough about the firm. Let's get into the topic today. That is haters. Haters gonna hate, right? I've talked about this a little bit before, and I referenced a story about me that happened really pretty shortly after I opened my law firm back in 2009. At that time, I was on my own. I had tons of time, and I was writing tons and tons of blog posts, traffic ticket blog posts. I was just writing crazy content. And my strategy for traffic tickets was every day I would provide another way that someone could beat a traffic ticket. And I kept writing those out. I was getting a lot of traction. I was starting to get some clients. And then one day I got a phone call from someone that was another traffic attorney up here in Seattle. And they were pissed. And they were like, what are you doing? Why are you giving away all of our secrets? Why are you doing this? You're taking business right out of all of our pockets. You got to stop that right now. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to stop right now. And it's getting me a lot of business because what people do is they see that it's actually complicated. You don't just walk in and wink and nod to the judge, shake hands with the prosecutor and get a deal done. You actually got to know what you're doing, have some legal expertise. And so they read my blog post. They see that I know what I'm talking about. And they call me and they hire me. And that was the first experience I've kind of had with haters, with people that are not, not digging what you're doing, not enjoying what you're putting down. So it's something, again, like I said at the beginning too, that I hope that all of you have to deal with. And there's a reason I hope you have to deal with this problem. And because if you have people that are hating on you, if you have people that are, trying to beat you down or trying to put you down or telling you to stop doing something, it's usually a good sign that you're doing something right. It's a good sign that you're ruffling some feathers or that you're doing something that no one else has tried, that people are scared that you're going to be taking away their business, or people are, they don't like what you're doing. That's a good sign because, like I said before, if you're doing something, if you're doing what everyone else is doing, then you're just going to blend into the crowd. You're going to fall behind and, you're not going to gain any traction that way. You're not going to be able to create the business that you want unless you do what you want and do what you need to do to let people know about your services. So when people are calling up like that, obviously it's going to fluster you. I was definitely flustered when this guy called me about the traffic tickets. But after I had a chance to sit back and think about it, I realized that this guy was just really threatened by my business. He was threatened by what I was doing. He saw money leaving his pocketbook and coming into mine. And that's a scary proposition for people. And when you start breaking into the market, when you start, making a difference in people's pocketbooks, they're not going to be happy about it. They're going to be scared. And you're probably going to get some calls. You're probably going to get some emails asking you what you're doing, trying to intimidate you or just peer pressure you into stopping what you're doing. They may say things like, well, this isn't what we do in the legal profession, and this isn't how things have always been done. Well, that's how they're done now. And that's why you're making money, and that's why you're helping people, and that's why you're living your dreams. Okay, so this specific episode actually wasn't brought about by the story about the traffic tickets. It was just something that popped into my mind as I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today. But what sparked this was our Facebook page. So our Facebook page now has about a little over 1,100 likes. I think by the time you hear this, it'll be over 1,200 likes. And I'm doing some stuff to really build up the Facebook fans. And I'll talk about that maybe in a different episode. But I had someone that started leaving a bunch of comments on our Facebook page, a ton of comments. It wasn't a lawyer. It was just some random person. It wasn't anyone that had ever used our services. It wasn't anyone that had ever even called us or talked to us. I think that our page was just popping up in their news feed, and they have something against lawyers or something, and they're pissed. So she started leaving these comments, and one of the places, first of all, she gave us a 1-star review on Facebook for no reason, and basically just said, you guys are DUI lawyers. You need to think about all the people that you're putting out on the road that are going to be causing harm. You probably, what'd she say? You probably take your clients out to dinner and get them drunk and then call the cops on the way home so that you can have business. So these are the kinds of things that she was saying, right? Really crazy stuff. My business partner, he put a picture up of some cufflinks that he had on our Facebook page. And if you want to, I don't know if you can see the comments anymore that she made, but if you go to facebook.com/Emerald City Law Group, you can see our Facebook page and all of our stuff is up there. You can like it if you want. Please do. It's a great way to kind of see what we're doing, and you can kind of try to copy or mimic what we're doing to build some momentum of your own. But anyway, my business partner, he put a picture up of some of cufflinks that he had on his shirt, and they were his grandfather's, and his grandfather was a lawyer. And my business partner is from Mexico originally. He moved up to Seattle when he was 8. And so his family and where he comes from is really, really important to him. And so he, on this Facebook post, he just said something like, lawyer to lawyer, something Mexico or Mexican. These are my grandfather's cufflinks or something like that. And this lady left a comment on that post that said, I can't believe you guys are trying to be all bling bling and trying to show all the money that you're making, that you're taking from people for no reason, blah, 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 blah. Just a really kind of a hateful comment for no reason. And that kind of span of events is what sparked this episode, because I want to tell you how I dealt with it, and I want to tell you how I think you should deal with it in the future to really get the maximum benefit or I guess minimize the pain that it can cause to you and your business. Because if you do the wrong thing, it really can spiral out of control if you're not careful. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did at the end, but I'm gonna give you kind of a breakdown of the way I think generally haters should be dealt with, particularly on the internet, particularly when it comes to anyone leaving comments on your blog, Facebook page, Twitter, or Yelp reviews, Avvo.com, anything like that. Okay. And the other thing I want to preface this too, is that, what we're talking about right now, these are people that have unfounded claims against your firm that are just random people. I call them trolls. The internet calls them trolls, right? They're just out looking to stir up trouble or make you look bad. They may be competitors. Who knows? They may be hired by competitors to go over and leave bad reviews. But in any event, this isn't a complaint, or this isn't a comment from a client or someone that's familiar with your business that is providing some feedback that they think is appropriate. We all may get a bad review sometime from someone that's a client, and that those are not the kind of things that I'm talking about today. All right, I'm just talking about the random stuff like this lady that I was telling you about, and how to deal with that. All right, so the first thing that you do when you see this crazy comment or you feel this personal attack is to take a second and step away from the situation. Okay, so the last thing that you want to do is immediately respond, because you're going to say something dumb. You're going to say something that you wish that you could take back. I will almost guarantee you, because we're lawyers, we're smart, we're quick, quick-witted most of the time. We're quick to the draw. We're very good at putting a bunch of words together that both sound really good, make a great point, and are hurtful. We are good at that, right? That's our job. That's what we do every day, is think about how to break people down in many ways, right? Our opponents, we think about the flaws in their arguments, and we expose those flaws by attacking in most cases. And that's the last thing that you want to do when you come across a situation like this. The last thing that you want to do. All right. So number 2. The second thing that you want to do after you've taken a second to decompress is you want to take a step back again. You want to think about what the comment was, and you want to try to understand the motives for the comment. Okay. Think about what they're trying to make you do by making this comment. Okay. Are they trying to get a response, a legitimate response from you? Are they asking a legitimate question and maybe they've asked it in the wrong way, or they've approached it in the wrong way? Or are they out there just trolling and just trying to get you pissed off? Okay. Think about where that person is coming from. Okay. Because that is going to help direct your next steps. Okay. And again, if it's a legitimate complaint, or if it's a legitimate concern, maybe expressed incorrectly, then you're going to want to deal with that in a completely different way than this. And that may be what I talk about in the next episode, because it's important too how you deal with those things that will arise. Okay, everyone makes mistakes, and things happen. Okay, after you get to number 2, after you've understood where they're coming from, the third thing that I want you to do is open up like a notepad on your computer. Do not open your email or do not open Facebook and start typing there. Put it in a Word document or something. Draft out a well-reasoned response. Okay, so say whatever you want. Lay it all out there. Give them the business. Point out how dumb they are or how misinformed they are. Whatever you want to say. Now is the time to say it. Okay, get it all out there. Every single word. Don't hold back. Okay. All right. Once you're done with that, I want you to put this well-reasoned response, this well-thought-out response. I want you to save it on your computer, and that's it. And don't do anything for at least 2 days. Start a timer for 45 or 48 hours, or put a reminder on your calendar to revisit the situation a couple days later. All right. And by the way, don't worry about the way that this looks out there on the internet. Okay. Because there are ways to deal with that. And what you'll find is that your own fans, that your true clients, that the people that you've helped will come to your rescue in some ways. For example, here, I'm just going to pull this up because I know that there's one that I can find pretty quickly, and it's a great example. I'm just going to read it word for word. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 3 seconds. Okay, here it is. So, we had a post by one of our clients that Emerald City Law Group is great. Any tickets I get, I just send their way and they handle the rest. More affordable than other traffic attorneys and amazing at what they do. The only place I will go for my traffic issues. Thanks. Then this person responds, who, by the way, is not a client, doesn't have any affiliation with us at all. If Emerald City Law Group just continues to help you get traffic fines reduced, but doesn't give you guidance and help you become a better person so you stop getting violations, they are not doing their jobs. I've heard that this firm purposely works with people who will be repeat offenders, parentheses, deadbeats, people who don't care, etc., parentheses, so they can get repeat business. Also, I heard this firm will call you into the police, so you'll be purposefully targeted, and then the firm will get more repeat business. I wouldn't be shocked if they take their blinged out clients out for cocktails, then let them drive and call the police. Then boom, more instant business. Okay, so imagine if you see that on your Facebook page. You're going to be pretty pissed off, right? And I was pissed. I'm not going to lie. But I kind of followed these rules, and what I was talking about before I broke off was the swooping in of your people to save you, to save the day. And that happened in this case too. What happened, so the person that wrote the review, the original reviewer, responded to the crazy comment and sounds very factually based, ... Oh, wait. Right? So basically he's saying, you're ridiculous. That's a stupid comment. And the great thing about that is I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to get involved, and it didn't spark any other comments, which is important. All right. So we've now put the well-reasoned response in a folder for a couple of days. So the 48 hours passes, the calendar reminder goes off, and now you get to pull it up and send it out, right? Wrong. All right. After that, pull it up, read it again, relive the moment, imagine that the person is reading it, and you just put them in their place. They're not going to be doing anything else ever again, and then delete what you wrote. Okay? Just get it out of there. And then move on to step 6. Step 6 is find out how to ban that person from leaving any further comments on your website or on your Facebook page or with Twitter, but either by blocking them or banning them or whatever the term is for that specific site. For Facebook, for example, you can block people and ban people from commenting on your site. Twitter, you can do the same thing. That's what you do. All right. You don't send the response because all this person is looking for is a response. That's what they want. They want to suck you into their negative world. They want to suck you into their fight. And most of them are doing it just for fun. They're just trying to see if they can get a rise out of you. They're trying to see if they can get a response out of you. And they will take it as far as you will let them take it. And the easy way is just to get rid of them, not deal with them, and move on. because everybody knows what these trolls look like. Everybody understands that that's not real. All right. And, you know, it'll give like I said, it'll give your true fans, your true clients, an opportunity to respond in kind and let this person know that kind of out and out lying will not be accepted, you know, for our business. And that's what I did with this lady. I just banned her. I did not respond. And I haven't heard from her since. I don't know if she's tried to write on our site again and she can't because she's banned, or if she's just moved on to someone else to try to, you know, spark something in her. All right. So that's what you do. All right. And remember, these are for unfounded complaints. If you have someone that's lodging a legitimate complaint, and by legitimate, I mean they think it's well-founded in their minds, so they've used your services and had some problem that they don't like, then you're going to deal with those in a different way. And that'll be our next episode. We'll talk about that, how to do that, because it's important. And it's something that I think a lot of people don't handle correctly. And I think it's something that can really create a problem for your firm if a good example is not set early, particularly with your staff. When they see how you handle problems, it gives them an idea of how they should be handling the problems the same way. And it can make a big difference in the way that people see your firm when you aren't around. Okay. Last but not least, I want to know if you've had any haters out there that you've had to deal with. Have you had this happen to you? What did you do? How did it turn out? I'd love to hear your response in the comments. You can email me about it, chris@lawfirmmarketingmastery.com, and maybe I'll talk about it here on the show again if we need to. Or I can, if you email me, I will post your comments anonymously, of course, if you want me to, on this show notes so that other people can see what's going on. But, you know, a big part of this podcast, a big part of my site, a big part of what I like to do is to share my stories with you and have you share your stories with me so that we can all learn and be better, have better law firms, have better lives, you know, have happier employees, have happier clients, and the whole deal. So let me know. Shoot me an email, leave me a comment. And that's it for today. So I will talk to you soon. Chris out.